Hello, I'm Gofran from ICIT Canada. Today I'm going to tell you about Flash Fill, one of the new features in Excel. We are using Excel 2019 here. ICIT Canada provides you training. It also provides corporate training, corporate consultancy, and also help you in getting the job. So if you're looking for some job in accounting and finance as an analyst or as PMP business analyst, then contact us. We are in Mississauga, North York, Brampton, Etobicoke. So many branches are there. You can look at our website www.icitcanada.ca and also can visit my Facebook page ICIT Canada. So let's see what Flash Fill can do. Now look at the scenario here. I've got name and the surname both in one column. Sometimes when you're working on a mainframe like SAP, JD Edwards or any other mainframe system, you might have two columns with the name and the surname both in different columns, but when you download it to Excel, you might see that they all merge into one column. Now you want the first name Palmer in here and you want Gary in the last name over here. And this is the task you want to do. Now you know there's a function in Excel which is called data text to column, which allows me to put my data into different columns if they're all merged into one column. So how data text to column works, you can see that in my other video. But here you can see, I quickly show you how data text to column will work. So if I select my data from here to shift and control down arrow, and I go to the data and I go to the text to column over here, and there I've got two options, delimited and fixed width. I select that one and say next, and my delimited function is here, comma is separating my data here, so I click on the comma there, it goes to the next column, I say next and finish. And it's asking me it'll replace anything in the next. I say yes, okay, go ahead. So now you can see my data is now in two different columns, my name and first name. But this is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the first name to be in this column here and the second column, last name over here. The task is done, but not quite what I'm looking for. So let's see what Flash Fill can do for me in this regard. So I'll undo it. Very easy now. If I type the first name Palmer over here, Palmer, and I type Gary over here. All I have to do is just click here. I go to the data and there's a function called Flash Fill. When I click on the Flash Fill, you can see the first name is filled over here. I can do the same on Gary and I can select this and say data Flash Fill, and there you can see the last name is also filled over there. Now this is something great. What if I want Gary in this column here and Palmer in this column there? Gary in the first name and Palmer in the last name. I want it that way. Data text to column will not do this for you. So Flash Fill can easily do that. What you do is you type Gary first over here and you type Palmer over here. Right now you put your cursor here, Flash Fill. So data and then Flash Fill there, and you can see Gary and Vince and William, the last names are coming up in this column there, and Palmer, Flash Fill coming in there. Alright, now another good thing. Let's see. If I want to have something like P-A-L-M-E-R, so I want a dash after the first alphabet, then I can put my cursor here and I say Flash Fill again. You see after every first letter over there, there's a dash in there. So you can add anything after or before the name and it'll do the task for you. Okay, if I would like to have the initials like P and G over here, so if I type P and G in the first column there and then I say data and Flash Fill, you can see NW, HA, WW, initials come up there. Wonderful. I just want the initial like the first name's first letter, second name's second letter in this column, all done by the Flash Fill. So this is a wonderful tool where this is the basics of the Flash Fill that I'm showing you. It has much more advanced features which can I will show you in the intermediate and the advanced section, but this itself is a very useful tool which otherwise took us long time. Now let's move to another one here. Here I download the data or somebody send me the data with last name and the first name in two different columns. I would like to have it all in one column. I would like to have the first name and the last name in one column. So what do? In this case, I can use the function concatenate, or I can use the function and %. Both will work. So how concatenate will work? I'll say is equal to conc. Concatenate is the function here. If you click on the fx function there, it's asking you where's your text 1. My text 1 is this. Where's your text 2? Text 2 is a space because I want a space in between. And my text 3 is this function there. Okay. And then you can see Morris, and then I can double click it over here. You can see all the names and the last name are all in one column now. Text to column. What if I want Morris first and Ronald first? Right? I could probably use the text to column and change that to B4 and that one to A4 probably. Right? And I say enter. So Morris comes up first, Donald comes up second. That's one way of doing it. Okay. Second way of doing it is to use the and %, which is I can say is equal to this Ronald here, and which is on top of the 7, and then the quotes, space quotes for the space between them, and then I would like to have this B4, sorry, my bet over here, and again, and then I would like to have this B4 there, and press enter. So here again you can see the same function, A4 and the space and B4, and then you can double click on it. You have the first name and the last name over there. Alright, so this is the way to do that one. But let's see how flash fill can do this for me. I can type Ronald and Morris space enter. I put my cursor on the first item there and I go back to the data and I say flash fill. Now you can see it has flash filled. All the names are flash filled. I don't need to do the other stuff that I was doing just now. Much more time saving. I can also write Morris or Ronald first, or I can again concatenate the way I like. So this helps me to, if I want to add, let's say for example, if before Morris I would like to have Mr. Then what happens? Mr. Ronald Morris. I go back to data and I say flash fill. You see here what happened here. PR is the PR QM SK. So the first initials dot, because MR represent MR Mr. Although it was a Mr, but it took the initial M and R, P and R. It took the initials and then dot. What I'm trying to say over here, before the name you can add anything. If I added a dash over there or anything else, it would follow the suit for the remaining of the cells down there. So this is another feature of the flash fill. Let's see the formatting. I have the contact numbers over here. I would like to have this to be formatted like 428 dash 842 842 dash 3333. Now I would like to have all of these to be in this format here, so I can put my cursor there and I can go to the data and I can say flash fill, and you can see this flash fill is now filling up the data in that series. So it's a wonderful feature where it follows for the remaining of the lines down below here, whatever you type in the first row, it will go to the left column, read the data from there and follow the format which you are trying to put in the first line. All these lines will follow the same trend as you put in the first line. So this is something flash fill can do. This is the basics of the flash fill that we saw just now. In the next video I'll be showing you some intermediate techniques of flash fill and then the advanced technique of flash fill. Flash fill is a very wonderful feature there which we can use for many different type of data modification which we can normally face in the work environment. Hopefully this was beneficial for you and you liked it. So if you liked it, just go to ICIT Canada page, Facebook page, ICIT Canada website, like our Facebook page and contact us if you need any help in any of the work related issues, or if you need any help in SAP, Excel, month-end closing, BI, business intelligence, month-end closing, reporting, budgeting and planning analysis. We train you and then we place you. So call us. All the information is at our website www.icitcanada.ca. You can go there and You can contact us from there. So all the best. Take care.